Welcome to the Red Pill Sales Podcast, where we cut through the crap and give you the no BS approach to sales, so you can get your deals closed and keep your reputation intact while doing it. I'm your host, EricNelson, founder and CEO of Red Pill Sales. In today's episode, we have the rumble in the jungle, the fight of the century, the battle to end all battles. In the left corner, he's an expert listener, tends to be more detail-oriented, and hates cold calling. He is the introvert. In the right corner, he's a rapport-building machine that never shuts up. He can cold call for days, but he may not pick up on all the details. He is the extrovert. Let's get ready to rumble! Alright, if you're an introvert, you might dismiss pursuing a career in sales, believing it would be a horrible fit for your reserved, reflective personality. But that kind of thinking could make you miss out on a potentially lucrative career choice. Here's the thing, depending on the situation, we can be both introverted and extroverted. Now, if I'm at the gym, or on a bus, or on a plane, I'm probably not going to reach out to talk to you. But on the other hand, if I'm speaking to a large group, I'm very interactive with the audience, sometimes having entire conversations with a member of the audience in front of everyone. Now, I know people who would be viewed as extroverts at a party they host, but when they're guests at a party where they don't know anyone, they're going to be pretty introverted. Now, as a professional speaker and educator, I've had to become extroverted in order to deliver information, but when I attend seminars, I'm much more introverted. So how do you become extroverted in a sales situation where you're not naturally comfortable with it? This is what I do to step out of my comfort zone. Get passionate. I become so excited about what I'm selling that I have to share it with the world. Become passionate about your product or service. It makes you less interested with how you're perceived and more concerned about showing excitement about what you have to offer. Do one thing a day that you fear. It's very important for me to do things that make me uncomfortable. You need to be courageous and make a point of facing your fears, no matter how big or how small. The single scariest thing for me was visiting my customers or prospects in person. So that's exactly what I did first thing every day to get over my fear. It instilled in me courage, belief in myself, and changed my focus from limitations to possibilities. Observe people for their differences. After a series of failed sales calls, you might start to see all prospects as likely rejections. What you need to do is take a moment and observe how people are different from one another. This will stop you from thinking that everyone is going to respond the same way as your last few prospects did. Force yourself to be out in public. Step out of your home and office, often so you can socialize with people. Now, when I move to a new city, I go to the same place over and over again until I'm comfortable and I know everyone there. Deliver public speaking engagements. The only way to become comfortable speaking to people is to get out in front of audience. Join a supportive group such as Toastmasters or an acting club where everyone is learning how to speak in front of others. Stay busy. When you're constantly on the go, you don't have time to be uncomfortable. You have to ask for help, get help, and talk to people because you're running from one sales event or meeting to the next. So get moving. Now, the old stereotype of the salesperson who's the backslapping, happy-talking extrovert is as obsolete as the sales techniques those people used and are still using. It may surprise you, but the typical introvert has several key strengths that lend themselves to day-to-day work as a sales professional. So what makes introverts good at sales? They're naturally deep thinkers. According to Olson Laney's book, The Introvert's Advantage, research shows that a neural signal within an introvert's brain follows a longer path than an extrovert's, suggesting that more mental connections are made when introverts are asked questions. In sales, critical thinking is crucial. Being able to anticipate objections and thoughtfully answering questions is essential for a consultative salesperson. An introvert's natural ability to think deeply is an advantage. Introverts make great listeners. It's essential that prospects feel heard. A salesperson who won't let the prospect get a word in edgewise or steamrolls past objections won't be successful. Introverted salespeople don't feel the need to dominate a conversation simply because they like the sound of their own voice. Instead, they'll sit back and let a prospect talk through their problems before offering measured advice. Introverts don't have the energy or desire to be the ones speaking themselves. This ultimately ends up benefiting them, as they're able to take what they've observed and learn and use it to better solve problems and be creative. Lastly, don't be someone you're not. If you're not an extrovert, that's okay. You bring other skills to the table, and those skills are just as valuable. Mimicking extroverts is not a practical strategy. You know those characteristics aren't true to your personality. Stick to who you are and use your refined talents to the best of your abilities. You'll find greater success with this tactic. It's not about tricking yourself into being someone else. Use your own tools and strengths to communicate with prospects in a way you're comfortable with. That's it for this Red Pill Sales podcast. Don't forget to leave me some feedback on iTunes, YouTube at Sales Entertainment, or Spotify. Also, check out my new coaching platform, Red Pill Laser Coaching. As a salesperson, you're busy. You don't have time to sit through hours of course material every week. Red Pill Laser Coaching is 15 minutes a week with a one-on-one call with me. It's designed to give you the actionable tools and strategies you need to absolutely crush it. Red Pill Sales Podcast listeners can save $1,000. If you think coaching could help take you to the next level, send me an email at EricNelson@redpillsales.com. Your initial 30-minute conversation with me is absolutely free. Don't forget to pick up my book, Closed, the No BS Approach to Sales, at my website, redpillsales.com. As always, thanks for listening, and I look forward to talking with you next time.